When you don't care to know what's going on around you, you might never know how bad things really are. They are even getting worse by the day. People are dying from neglect, especially the elderly, abandoned without any help. And neighbors most times choose not to involve themselves, claiming he is not part of our family. And from this day on, I choose to help the needy. Yours faithfully, Soldier M. Rashid. By the time Soldier wrote this, it had already occurred to Soldier that there were people that needed help urgently around the country.
I was at the site supervising the building of somebody's house. Then I had some people shouting, and I was like, what is taking place? I had to run and go see what was going on. Then I found a certain lady beating up this lady, accusing her of stealing her food, and I had to separate them. People thought that this lady is mad just because of the situation she was living. This is where she was sleeping. There was no house. This is where I sleep, but when it rains, I go to some people's verandas. People think that I'm mad just because I don't have good clothes. I'm always shabby.
So, Mary, you're going to fumba holiday. Nja kuba nkuletera omuceere gweyagala. Nja kuletera omuceere nawe olina ofumbira. It will help her during the night or when it's too cold. Mary, oli otya kati oli otya? Oli bulungi? Yogerako nnyo, oli otya kati?
Ndi bulungi.
Kyakabi nnyo, Mukama Katonda mwebaze nnyo, nze sandikutegedde naye Mukama Katonda yakola ki? Yakundagirira.
Soldier was moved to think of a way to execute his plan of getting help to these individuals. So Soldier quickly calls his mom and suggests an idea. So he tells mom, I am going to film these people and expose them to the world so that people can know their stories, and I know somebody will listen and be of help and respond. So mom gives him a go-ahead. That's a good idea. And immediately, Soldier thinks a song to escort the cause must be composed. And that's when he came up with the song Ekirooto, which he sings together with mom.
Ekirooto ntyobango lyawo endese erikyuka ng'omugagga nang'omwavu kwisibwa kimu.
And this song would eventually turn out to be the anthem of the project. As the Ekirooto mission work started to grow, Soldier met his team along the way, and were quickly bonded by the desire to help to make better lives of others. And through the Ekirooto mission, many have benefited. House number 1 belongs to Miss Nasira Rita. This was her before house, where she lived with her 3 kids, and this is what the Ekirooto mission managed to build for her.
And this is the house Ekirooto mission constructed for this family.
House number 2 belongs to Jaja Joyce. This is the Jaja who has escaped rape on many occasions because of the condition of her house. House number 3 belongs to Mr. Mwanje's family in Bukomansimbi district. Mr. Mwanje gave birth to 8 abnormal children who can never look after themselves.
So I saw that there was a need to first start with the house to save this family. Because if you see where the children were sleeping, the children are sleeping under, they call it a go down. If you see this house, you may think this is a house for only people. But this is the house which is shared by birds and people. When you see this house, you may think this is the window for the house, but it is not the window. This is a house for birds. This is where the chickens are sleeping. Now, the children are sleeping under this house of birds. They are sleeping down there. There is something called the
So,
go down where they
under
are
the
sleeping.
mission, they were built a house, and they were also given a bicycle to start with.
Yes, today Ekirooto Mission has donated a house and a bicycle for this family to this family so that they can start their life.
House number 4 belongs to Jaja Norin Nankanja of Gomba district, who lived with her 2 orphaned grandchildren in a mud house, which was falling apart. They used a big stick to support the falling house on one side.
Enyumba agisibako mikeeka atekawo bikeekakeeka okulaba ng'abeera safe. Ekitundu ky'ennyumba ekimu kyagwa dda, so kati maama ono ali mu mbeera mbi nnyo 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 nnyo.
House number 5 belongs to Mr. Masurubu. Mr. Masurubu, also an elderly man, 90 years above, who lived in a grass-thatched house with holes all over the house that snakes and wild animals could easily enter for warmth. Mr. Masurubu cannot move on his own and has to be carried around after a stroke about 4 years ago.
House number 6 belongs to Mr. Menya of Nakasongola district. Mr. Menya is another old man who never gave birth to any kid, and this was his house before. The building process. At times, soldier must involve himself in some of the works to limit the expenses. Finally, he gets his house from Ekirooto Mission. House number 7 belongs to a family in Bujuko, and this was their house before. This is what Ekirooto Mission built for them.
Thank you so much, my followers. Thank you so much, Ekirooto Mission members. Thank you so much for the contributions. Thank you so much for whoever buying our albums, buying my music to enable this work.
House number 8 belongs to a family in Nakaseke. This was their house before. We started by making bricks. This was a family of 7 children. The building process. And finally, house number 9 belonged to Mrs. Luce of Luwero district, Bamunanika in Dialumo village. She is blind and she is living in the house alone. This was her house before, and this is what Ekirooto Mission built for her. Wow. And house number 10 belongs to Mr. Lubega. Mr. Lubega is 99 years old. We found him sleeping in a kitchen with birds. That's why we had to build something temporary to save him. We never had enough money to build a permanent house, but with time we are planning to build a better shelter for him. The Ekirooto Mission Charity Organization has not only benefited the elderly group, but it also has a bigger plan for the youths and the children. Currently, the organization has an ongoing project of skilling some of the children and the youths who never got a chance to go to school. Some of them are street children. We still have a challenge of inadequate materials and equipment to use. Yet, the number of the beneficiaries keeps on rising each and every day.